thought I would just film this because it's just making me laugh. Lee's just had his dinner and he's just enjoying the evening sun. Arthur is just waiting for his little stroll that Daddy takes him on after tea. He's so patient, so patient. Oh, my windows really do need a clean. Morning everyone. Oh dear, it's been a morning already. Right, it's my son's birthday today and I want to make him a chocolate cake, and me being as organised as ever, I haven't got any eggs. So I'm going to go and pick up some eggs, walk Arthur at the same time, come back and make a chocolate cake. Haven't really got any plans for this weekend, but we'll just see where the weekend takes us. Got the eggs, back from our walk. Oh, I'm going to get on with this chocolate cake now, but first of all I just wanted to say thank you to every single person that has subscribed to our channel. We've had a few new ones recently, so thank you so much, and thank you so much for all the lovely comments that you make. It really does make our day and makes just making these videos so much more worthwhile. We really do appreciate it, thank you. So I'm going to get on with this cake. Lee is busy doing a brake light outside for my car because that went recently, and then I am going to clean my windows because they're filthy. So let's get on with this cake first. So Lee is putting in a new bulb on my brake light, which
keeps on going, doesn't it?
It does. It seems to be anyway. Nice and clean.
Make sure that seal stays on. Don't want that coming off, do we? So change that bulb for this one.
Hey! I thought I would just actually mention the windows because I don't actually think I've mentioned it in any of the previous videos. Now, we had these windows installed, I think it was roughly about 6 months after we moved in, and we went for the grey colour. The grey colour does seem to be quite popular here in Cornwall, and I do think it goes quite well with the Cornish stone, and it's just something a bit different. It's a bit different than just white. And we went for the flush casement. As you can see here, it's just sort of like flush here, it's not beveled, and I do think that sort of gives it a bit of a more classy look. It's a lot more expensive, but I do think it looks better. Now obviously when we moved in we did have a budget, and we could have spent the money that we had on other things because the windows didn't really need doing. I mean, we couldn't see out most of them, and round the edges they were letting in a lot of cold air. So, but it's one of those things that you don't need to spend the money on it, but once you've spent the money you're glad that you did. And I think if we hadn't have spent the money we would probably still be living with the horrible brown windows that we had there already. I will just put in a couple of pictures just of the horrible brown windows that we used to have. And I think there's a picture here of the window installer putting in this kitchen window. But I am pleased that we did, and it is obviously a lot nicer to be able to see out of your windows, and they do sort of set off the house a lot better now. That's cake finished. Nice chocolate fudge cake. That's my son's favourite cake, so I had to make that cake. And I've got these candles, and they're really long. Look at these. Look how long they are. Not seen candles like that before. So I shall pop 21 of those on there later, and then we'll try a bit and see if it's all right. Right, my next task is to try and sort this clematis out, because it is all entangled into the fuchsia and it's looking a bit of a mess, and it's just starting to flower, and it would look so much better if I trained it to go along here like I did last year. So I'm going to get some string and I'm going to try and unravel it and untangle it. Fingers crossed that I don't break all the shoots, but we'll give it a go. Now I've got in here a dead branch and I keep looking at it, and I'm going to get my saw out and I'm going to get rid of it now while I'm here, and then that will look a lot better. Right, I've done the best I can, and there's a good lesson learned here. I need to sort this out long before June and long before all the new shoots start growing into the fuchsias, because it's a mess. But at least it's all in one big mess, and there's a little bit training across. So hopefully any more new shoots I'll be able to just keep together, but I'm not very good with clematis. If anyone can give me any tips on growing it, please feel free to make a comment. Clearly this clematis isn't one that I have grown. We inherited it, so that's probably why it's still alive, because I just do not know how to tend to them and how to look after them. Tips, please.
Join us.
Right, I've had my bacon butty. Now I'm going to tackle this section of wall just here. It's a bit wild at the moment. The grass on the top, obviously the wind blows the grass seeds and the birds move them, and they've just settled there. So I need to just try and sort that out. I might be able to see a bit of a view after that. And I just want to get the weeds out of this wall, just so we can see the wall, because you can hardly even see it. And the sun has just popped through the clouds, although there is a dark cloud lurking, so hopefully I'll be able to do this before it rains. Right, I'm going to get my bucket and get on with the wall. Right, so I've just started and I've uncovered an ant's nest. So I'm going to have to be very careful here. I don't want to disturb them. We have got a bit of ivy growing across the top, which I prefer it if it wasn't there, but it's so rooted in. If you can just see here, look, that root, so thick. That would be very difficult just to get rid of. I mean, I could just cut it off, but obviously it's going to grow back. But there are certain things in here that I do want to keep, like this little fern here. These are just so pretty. There's also one here, so I'm just going to weed around those and keep them in. But I do want to just expose the majority of the wall because it's such a lovely Cornish wall and it needs to be seen. really need to get rid of this ivy that's here, because it's just so invasive, ivy. Once it gets going, it just takes over. Drink, Arthur. No biscuits. Just water. Oh dear. Right, I finished the wall. It looks so much better. And I did actually get rid of quite a lot of the ivy, even though I did have to leave that big root in there. I'll help with the top bit, so you can see a bit of the view now. So I'm happy with that. Also put a couple of plants in the top. Put a little bit of the sea breeze in there. When that's pink, and that'll be overflowing this edge. It will look really nice. And I'll just put a few more of the African daisies in the top there. Anything's better than wild grass, because wild grass is horrible. It's just starting to get dark. Thank you for spending the weekend with us. Arthur is outside now having his little nightly ritual treat hunt in the garden. But I hope you enjoyed our video. If you did like it, please give it a like and a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you haven't already. But we will see you soon on our next video. Thank you. Bye.